But I think we're finally live. Okay. Now let's post in the Discord. Got to do everything right. Post in the Discord. Ooh. If he got Ashes of Alar, that's crazy. Okay. It's been a while since I've streamed, so stay with me. We took like a week off on accident, basically. Let's see. Copy and paste. Finally get to do Mistweaver Keys again. Come hang out for season 4. Hi. Alright. Post that. Alright. It's posted in the Discord. Now let's get our chats pulled up and then we'll be ready to jam. We could go ahead and be queuing up for a key. I did like a couple keys last night, but not too many because I was busy. But yeah, we just basically have to jump into keys. Looks like everyone's doing like +2s. Like no one's really pushing up their keys yet. So we've done a Brackenhide, Algathar, Knockout offensive. Got some fat ones left to go. We can do like an Altheris. We can do oh man. +5, I guess. Azure Vault would be fun. Maybe should we just like start from the get-go and just push our own key? I feel like it would be nice to do so now. That way we don't have to like come back and push it. So let's. Oh no. We're getting invited. Okay, yeah, we're just gonna push our key up as high as we can go. It's gonna start off really easy because we did a +6 yesterday, and it honestly was not bad, even with our gear, like our item level being low as it is. But it's gonna be fun. Azure Vault's one of the ones that I didn't really get to do that much on PTR. And I was kind of hoping to get footage of it after the season 4 drops to get like a guide out for it. But it is one of the. It's probably like the one that I'm least familiar with, if I'm being honest. So I'm actually like happy to be back in these dungeons. I don't know, something about it. And also, one thing I'm not even utilizing is portals. I keep forgetting that we have portals all these places as long as we got them in the first season. But let's see, hopefully I got one. Oh, apparently I never got the Azure Vault portal. Oh, that's brutal. That is brutal. Um ah. But welcome in everyone. Let me pull up the stream. Let's see. How do I do that? Pull up the stream on YouTube. Hey, these people are ready. All right, let me pop out chat. Okay. I have chat pulled up for both sources. OMG, it's really true. Welcome back, man. What's up, Nick? Appreciate it. Have you found a guild that you're like gonna be raiding with this season? Because I still haven't. I mean, I was probably just gonna like ask a random person in a key, just like, hey, are you raiding? I don't know, but let's see. Darius Raven said, hello, just in time. I just got off from work. Hey, welcome in. Hopefully you're sitting down, getting ready for a grind yourself, but kicking your feet up after work, it always feels nice. I haven't, but I honestly haven't looked yet. Yeah, same. I don't know. I think like this season, I'm more excited to push keys, but the problem is like you do have to do some amount of like rating for keys and stuff. But I don't know. I kind of want to find like an AOTC guild, you know, like that's the extent of where I want to push and stuff. Ah, I feel that, Darius. Is it Darius or Darius? I have one real life friend that goes by Darius, and but I think they spell it with a U. But I guess if I'm asking you how to pronounce it, it's hard to type out. Darius. Uh, been doing world content instead of any patch prep. Interesting. I know I've seen like screenshots on Reddit of like huge hordes of people like in just random zones, but I don't really know what Darius. Okay. So like Darius Rucker from Hootie and the Blowfish. Gotcha. Could be Darius. True. I mean, it technically could have been. Um, but like I saw a screenshot on Reddit today, and they were like talking about, you know how everyone's like, "Oh, WoW's dying," and then like you just load into a zone, like you do a world boss, and there are like 100 people, and yeah, that's so true. But there was a screenshot of like probably over 200 people all in one place. Hordes people is about right. First time I've seen the Tuskar cooking quest get legendary. Interesting. I haven't seen it get. It did on like week 1 for me, but is that what people are doing? They're just like clumping up for the cooking and stuff. But I don't know. I see people clumping up. I don't know what world content I'm supposed to be doing. I'm just jamming keys, guys. Like that's my plan for the season. Is just push on the Mistweaver, see how high we can get until we get burnt out, if that's possible. But we're starting off the stream with just a +2, so it's going to be like super easy. Hopefully, I don't want to jinx it because I know this first boss. I'll be honest, the boss mechanics in this dungeon I'm not too ready for. These lashers can be a nightmare, remember. That's okay. I wonder how many stacks we can heal through. I kind of don't want to interrupt just to see it. Okay, 4 hurts. Interesting. We literally just spinning crane kicked and healed 4 stacks. We'll be more on top of it now, though. But what's everyone been up to? I know it's been a whole day since the patch dropped, so I'm sure people are up to a bunch of different stuff, whatever you're pushing for. But I know some people have already pushed like high keys and stuff. I see people already doing like 10s and stuff, but like I said, so yesterday I planned on playing a lot more yesterday, but when the patch dropped, or like when we were able to when we were able to do the download, we went to a cousin game night last night, so I only had like a little bit of time before I had to leave. But I did like 3 keys and they all went pretty smooth. But yeah, it's one thing though, because like some of these dungeons I absolutely hated when they were live. But I think one thing that I go throughout seasons is I always like don't like dungeons until I learn like the full mechanics of them. So as the season goes along, like I'll just start to like the dungeon that I hated on week 1, like I'll love it at the end. And it was like during Shadowlands, like Theater of Pain, I hated that dungeon when I first started playing. But then I was like, well, when I swapped to Mistweaver, I really wanted Soul Letting Ruby on the Mistweaver, so I just sat there for like a whole weekend, like literally kicked up movies on my other monitor and just played Theater of Pain for the entire weekend. Probably ran like 30 plus runs. Hey, we got some people spilling in. Welcome in, guys. Sorry, I'm just yapping. But yeah, I just did a bunch of runs, and then after that, like I just loved the dungeon because I understood what was going on, how to combat it. I think the same is true for these dungeons. Like I feel like I'm gonna enjoy this season a lot more than their OG season, because like man, Ruby Life Pools left a stain. Like it was crazy how hard that dungeon was during its season. But yeah, yep, Hootie. Can we turn our weekly in yet, or is it just giving low item level gear? From what I've heard, the weekly is still bugged. So I would still probably hold off. But I don't know. I've heard like people have gotten like weird stuff from it, like not just low item level things, but like weird stuff. We gotta watch our butt though. I know we get kind of kicked back. He kind of does have these pillars for butt cheeks right now though, so maybe we can come over here where it's safe. But yeah, I haven't heard like anything about how it's fixed. I have just heard that it's busted right now still, which is a shame. And like from a game dev's perspective, I'm sure like they were so excited to launch season 4. Like they're like, oh my god, it's like we're gonna revamp the game. Like I put so much time into this, and then to hear that just like something as simple as a world quest was just bugged or like not implemented correctly, that's gotta be like gut wrenching, you know. Greetings, gearing my alt evoker. Apparently evoker is going to be pretty dope this season. People are kind of predicting it to be high up there. From what I've heard in like chats and stuff. I haven't really, I honestly, that's the one healer. That and Paladin, I did not test that much on the PTR. But I don't know. I feel like there's no change that could have come in one season's time that would make me ever want to like drop Mistweaver for Evoker, you know? But apparently it's pretty good and people are having fun with it. But you're saying you're gearing your alt Evoker. You know, speaking of that, like it kind of makes me want to, after last season and the, you know, atrocities of the challenge that we tried, it kind of makes me want to start from like week 1 gearing an alt. Words of People is about right. First time I've seen a Tuskar. Maybe it's part of the one of the weekly quests. Yeah, I know the weekly quest is just like do like a couple of the world events. I just need to pay attention to it. A friend of mine gave me his retail account. I don't understand shit. Been a private server player all my life. Oh, so do you play like Ascension? And that's literally the only private server I know of is Ascension. What other big ones are there? I'm sure there are some like huge ones. But I recently started playing Ascension. Some of my guildies were talking about it during a raid night, and I was like, I might as well give it a shot because I had seen an ad for it the day before, and dude, I'll tell you what, I definitely got hooked on it for like a week or two. But yeah, every now and then I'll pick it back up and just go start leveling the same character, but it's fun. Firestorm, interesting. I've never heard of that, but I am like a relatively new WoW player, like compared to, you know, some of the bigger names and stuff. So it's kind of a lot of these things I just haven't heard of yet, and I don't know about it because I've never looked into it. But Firestorm, interesting. But you're starting on retail. You have no idea what's going on. I'll be honest, half the people that play retail don't really know what's going on. They kind of just play the game for what it is. But like for me, I'm just doing dungeons, so just doing group finder, finding a group, people that are doing dungeons. But your friend gave you his account. That's kind of baller. That's something you don't hear of that often. Okay, these frontals are going wild. Ah. Man, it feels so good to be playing the Mistweaver again. It's kind of like, I feel so much better being able to like read chat while I play on the Mistweaver because I feel like a lot of it's just like muscle memory at this point. Because I've spent so much time on this character. Whereas like if I ever check chat, y'all remember the Disc Priest time. If I check chat on the Disc Priest, like it was just a nightmare. For private server, player retail is really easy. Yeah, I mean, especially I tried playing PvP in the private server, and dude, there are some skilled people in that game. I feel like the people that play private servers all day just like have gotten really good at it over time. You don't need to min-max things and stuff. Yeah, I mean, a lot of people do that on retail. Like a lot of people do. They have like lower level characters that they play. and they min max it like crazy. Like if you ever watch someone who runs around open world as a PvPer, they have like level 10 gear that has the most optimized stats like ever. Like it's crazy what they do. But for the majority of people, they don't really, yeah, we don't really do much except for like in our talent builds, we do try to min max things. I mean, as you push up in high end keys, like no matter what server you play on or how you play WoW, it's the same way. Eesh. You can unroot the tank. Oh, I got a trinket yesterday too, and it's a trinket that I was really wanting to try. Because I had gotten it in its original season, and I was not impressed by it. Like, really, I was not impressed by it. But now I'm like, I don't know, I just think with the way that dungeons are going, like when you need to just have survival trinkets, I think it's actually pretty good. And it's the singeing stone or singing stone, whatever you want to say. Miniature singing stone. I have no idea what people call it, but you basically shield one person, and once that shield busts. Sorry, brain's broken. But once it breaks, it shatters into a smaller shield for like your other allies. So you shield one person, and it'll shield them for a second, and then it'll shield everyone afterward. So I think it actually has some pretty good uses against like certain mechanics, just to help you survive like big slams and stuff. So you can like put it on the tank for the tank buster, and then it'll spread as an AoE shield for the AoE mechanic, like in halls, like on the final boss. For the focus deluge, you put it on the tank, and then it'll break, and then put an AoE shield on everyone. So I don't know. I think it's a trinket that people sleep on, but that's kind of all it does. And this is a season where you can expect every single player to get fire axe like week 1, or like week 2 or 3 maybe, depending on if they raid. And so everyone's going to kind of have that. So I don't know how good Singing Stone's going to be. But let me tell you guys some of the things that I'm working on, like some of the videos I'm working on. So y'all know I'm making a guide, a healer version of a guide for each of these dungeons. I'm still working on that. I'm getting close to being done with the Neltharis one, and then I think after Neltharis I'll do Brackenhide. But man, those take a long time, and I'm putting like, I'm taking extra time to make sure that they're like as perfect as I want them to be, like until I'm exactly happy with them, like, you know. So I'm putting a lot of time into those, trying to make them as good as they can be. But I'm also working on, last night while I was at the cousin game night, I wrote a script for another 1-minute guide, because man, I looked back at the metrics for my 1-minute Mistweaver guide, and you guys like really like that, and it makes sense. It's like, you know, people who are picking up a spec for the first time, and they just like, maybe they play Windwalker and they're like, I kind of just want to do a Mistweaver key to see how it works, you know. Like a 1-minute guide is great for them. So I'm gonna do that again, trying to make it put as much information and as much tips as I can in 1 minute. It might even have to be a 2-minute guide, just to make sure I don't like steer anyone incorrectly, kind of thing. But yeah, I'm working on that, and then following that, ooh, he got clapped by his own ability. That's an arcane orb. But shortly after, I'll work on a more in-depth, like full-length guide for Mythic Plus and stuff. Got a lot of stuff in the works, guys, but I'm trying to enjoy this game as much as I can right now, though, because like I am so hyped to push keys. I absolutely love when seasons start. I don't know, I should probably apply Mystic Touch to everything. There we go. Oh no, the priest is here. I thought the priest was that guy. That's the mage, okay. But like, I've been so excited to stream today. I really wish that I would have streamed yesterday too. Just like right once I loaded up in the first key, I was like, man, I kind of just want to be like hanging out on stream. But I knew I was gonna have to leave at some point. So that's why I did not. But I think Season 4 is actually kind of like a big hit. I don't know what they did differently so far. I don't know what's different from Shadowlands Season 4, but... Ooh, that clapped me. That's the cleave. But so far, it looks like a lot of people have come back to play it. So good on them. I main healing with everything. Fun fact, I started playing Monk Healer because of you. Hey, Mad Coconuts. That's awesome. That's kind of crazy, too, because thinking about how that would work. So if you're someone who is just now trying retail for like maybe the first time either in a while or ever, and you like look up content, for me to come up for you is kind of wild because I am still like a tiny content creator, like tiny. So that is crazy. But I'm glad that you found me because I truly, I say this all the time, and it's kind of like my mission statement with making like a YouTube channel. I really do think that Mistweaver is the most fun experience that you can have in WoW. And like I've played a lot of spec. I haven't played them all, but I've played a lot enough to know that like there cannot be another spec in this game that's as fun as Mistweaver. So my goal with making YouTube or videos has always been to just be like, hey, just like give this class a shot. Because when I started, Mistweaver was like probably like the least played spec in the entire game, if not like top, like bottom 3. You know, it was very underplayed. Needs a little love. Yeah, no one was playing this spec, and so my whole goal was just like, hey, just show people how fun it can be, and like even if no one watches your videos, like maybe one person will watch it and think, oh, that does look fun. Like I kind of do want to give it a shot. And so every time I stream, like I feel like I get one more message like, "Hey, I tried Mistweaver because of you and I love it." And it's true. It's like if you give it a shot, you will like it. The hard part is getting people to give it a shot. Yeah. But that's awesome. I'm glad you gave it a shot. I'm glad you found me. Hello, fellow Mistweaver. Glad to see monks out and about. I do have a question for you. What's the green healing beam that appears on you from time to time? I'll have to be on the lookout for it. Let's see. Let me shoot out a couple green healing beams, and then you tell me which one it is, okay? Okay, so there's this one, that one. That's the main one. That's Jadefire Stomp. There's this one. I don't know if it's green, though. That's Chi Burst. But it's probably Jadefire Stomp, Sam Adams, if I have to guess. Jadefire Stomp's like our main ability. It's not like our main ability, but it's our main activator. It basically turns us into Super Saiyan in healing form. Let's see. What are some other green beams? Is it this one? Let me try this one. Is it this one where I heal like this? Like I'm healing the tank? That's Soothing Mist. Oh, is it this one? This tiny little floss. It looks like dental floss between me and another player. That's probably what it is, Sam. Let me know if that's it. Like it's a tiny little thin, razor thin line. But Matt Coconut said, bruv, believe me, you got a special sit next to my heal because you love healing and I love healing. A special sit next to my heal. Oh, that's on me. Special sit. I'll be honest, I might be missing something. Special sit next to my heal. Special spot next to, yeah, the floss. But hey, I appreciate that. I love this spec so much, and I hope that comes across. The floss, okay, it's not a healing thing. It's actually an item thing. I have an item that is a crafted piece of gear that like anyone can have, but it has an embellishment on it, which if you don't know, you can have 2 pieces of gear that have an embellishment on them. One of mine is my ring, and it has an embellishment that says, oh, I used to hate this boss. But one of mine is the ring. I'll let you read it. It says, your abilities... Oh, I have to get in that or I will die. So give me a second. Your abilities have a chance... Ooh, someone didn't get the memo. Let me just explain it while I play. Your abilities have a chance to tether you to an ally. So every time I cast an ability, I have a chance to proc my ring. And when it works, it says... you and that ally, you're going to be connected to them. And y'all both just gain versatility. That's it. So all I'm doing is every time you see me like, you know, flossed connected to another player, we're both just gaining versatility from my ring. That's kind of all it is. But it's just like a nice little free stat thing. And you'll see it's not up right now. I'm not connected to anyone, but the more I cast spells, eventually I'll get connected to someone. I think I was connected to my tank. And then maybe he did something, like maybe he outranged me or something. I don't know. Yeah, you'll see that a lot in gearing, because it is just like a free way to get stats on you and like hopefully like a DPS or something. What up, my dude? What's up, Pedro? How you doing? Yeah, I am big chilling. Let me tell you, I had sushi for lunch. So it's like your day can't be bad if you eat sushi for lunch. And then hung out with family last night. A fun little night. And it's just been like a good social week. Just you know, like whenever you see people or hang out with people that you enjoy being with, it just like lifts your spirits. I'm kind of getting like a double whammy of that. From last night I spent time with family, but then today getting to stream, it's like a double whammy. It's just falling. Can you do that? Maybe demon hunters can. Sorry, you've got a special seat next to my heart. Oh, okay. Because you love what I love, healing. Yeah, I am through and through. I love healing, and no matter what game I play. Like, Blizzard also makes Heroes of the Storm, or they used to make it. Yeah, they basically made it and have stopped working on it. But every now and then, some of my friends will get on it and play it. And, like, I love healing on that game, too. Yeah, whatever game I play, if there's an option to play as a healer, that's me. So, yeah. Well, hey, every single one of you guys have a special place in my heart. So, I appreciate that. Crystalline Roar. That is a long frontal channel. I don't remember it being that long, but I'll take it. Sushi for lunch and family time is peak life. Yeah, it's it's like my life is a movie. You know, like as cringe as that is, it's like no, it's like. If I had to choose how today and yesterday went, it would be spend time with family, then eat sushi for lunch. So, I am not complaining. I saw that like a lot of people thought that I would be upset though when they announced that they're nerfing Mistweaver, but like if I'm being honest, like I saw it coming. Especially they waited so long to announce it, which kind of shocked me. But whoa, that definitely needed a cooldown or something. Can I tank this? How long can I tank this for? 41%. I got this. Oh, it didn't break. Yeah, we can die. Well, DH can just glide down. Yeah, I forgot they can do their little, you know what I'm saying, the jump. Dude, wiping in a +2 is like, that's wild. Okay, the first time I've wiped this season, and it was in a +2. You love that. Yeah, I think my Google search was like how to play Mistweaver, and you were on the first page somewhere. Interesting. That it was probably like right after I posted one of my guide videos. I don't know. It's crazy to see how big some of the WoW YouTubers are and can be, and then to like think that people still find me is like still crazy. Yeah, this is probably the dungeon I played the least of. I think I played like I think I only did 2 Azure Vault runs across the whole PTR on like all my characters, and the other ones like Brackenhide, I ran probably like 10 of that. Nako Defensive, like 10 plus of that. So like Azure Vault, yeah, it's just head and shoulders below the rest in terms of how much recent experience I have with it. We definitely need to pocket the mage. For those that weren't here when we started the key, I honestly just accepted the first 5 people that queued up. And the mage is pretty under geared. So we just have to show him a little extra love. But also I think a fracture went off that last pool, so not really that much you can do to survive that. Oh, also I just face tanked an orb. What am I doing? Yeah, we'll life cocoon the mage though. Like I said, he probably needs the most love out of everyone. Dude, having a frost mage though with their frozen orb with all these other orbs around, I keep getting confused. I'm like, I'll dodge this and walk into one of the big orbs. Arcane Eruption. Did we just get nuked by one of those that dropped down? Oh, maybe I need to like not get on the boss when those come down. That's probably the right way to go about it. Oop, oop, oop. I'll hang out here. I'll let the boss do his thing. Did I really just die to the drop down of that? I feel like unless those are in a set order, then I feel like that's kind of crazy. Which I'm guessing they are in a set order if it just kills you. Sailor Yin said, can't stay today, but hopping in to say good luck for the start of Season 4, and thank you for the dungeon, guys. Hey, I appreciate the support, Sailor Yin. Go enjoy your day in this beautiful weather, or do whatever you gotta do. But yeah, Season 4, starting off hot. This is the third piece of gear I've gotten in 4 dungeons, but I don't need this piece. Take this neck. But yeah, we're just chilling today. Are you running Verdant Tether? It could be that. Yeah, that's what it is. It's the Ring Verdant Tether. Because I already have a crit verse necklace, so I don't need this. No one said anything. Oh. Oh, you went pop. Yeah, we got kind of blasted. Hans Bjarting said, I started Mistweaver just a day or so ago. It's my last healer to try. It may become my main. And see, that's the story. Is like people hold off, like do exactly what you're doing. People just like are like, maybe I don't really want to try Mistweaver. I don't know why. I don't know why people don't like to give it a shot. But the moment you do, you get hooked. The spec is so much fun. Um, but yeah, hey, if you're looking to main it, I think you're in for a fun time. Especially though, Hans, one thing that might help your decision is thinking ahead. So like what I did last season was I thought I want to play Mistweaver because I knew they were going to be solid. Like not, I didn't know they were going to be at the top, but I knew they were going to be solid. So it was going to be like a fun time. Um, but thinking ahead to War Within, they're getting a lot of really solid reworks that will kind of open up how you can play them across all content. So right now, Hans, if you were to both Mythic Plus and Raid, the Mythic Plus playstyle is very different from the raiding playstyle. But in War Within, they're really looking to let you play either way in Raid. That way you if you learn how to play them in Mythic Plus right now, you'll know how to raid with them in War Within at like a near top level. So it's good. Not think screwed you with that strat. Those orbs hurt. Yeah, those orbs do hurt. I got the crit haste staff from Academy on Disc Priest and on Monk, dude. Crit haste staff on Disc and Monk. That is crazy, crazy stuff, dude. Good luck from you. Holy crap. I love healing because I love helping. And you're an EMT IRL here. Oh my gosh! So it crosses over. Well, hey, I was a lifeguard. So maybe I'm the same way, but we're not on the same level. I'm not saying lifeguards and EMTs. Hey, technically, we were first responders too. No, um, but hey, I guess there's some crossover there, Mad Coconuts, but it's definitely not the same thing. Yesterday I had a really hard time in a +3 key. You feel so undergeared. See, and it's funny. I think it kind of depends on what dungeon you do and just like your experience with the dungeon, because it's crazy how much it matters to know every single mechanic as a healer. So just inexperience is going to make these dungeons feel a lot harder. So it's going to make your gear. It's going to your brain's going to look for like, why is this so hard? But it honestly 99% of the time this week it's going to come down to just familiarity with certain mechanics. And you got the ring from Azure Vaults, the crit haste one. Dang, dude, you are rolling. So far I'll show you guys the gear that I've gotten from. I've done 4 dungeons, right? 4. And from Brackenhide, I think I got the Tuskar bone necklace, a nice fat crit verse piece. We love that. From Algathar, maybe. Algathar, was that the one that gave me... I don't think I got anything from Algathar. But we just got a necklace. Oh, Nev. Thank you. But so we just got another necklace from a Vault, but it's a mastery crit one or something. And then we got this from, I think that's from Knockout Offensive, the Singing Stone, Singeing Stone, however you say that. I like Singeing Stone, but if you look at it, it looks like it's singing, and that does make sense. Like an arrow sings as it like flies through the air, kind of thing. I don't know. Whoa, someone already has 1,000 IO. That's crazy. I guess we have like 600 from only doing small dungeons, so maybe it's not that crazy. Ah, you Torn. I played Gnome Monk. It's awesome. Hey, you're in the right, Mad. If I had the means to do so, I would swap to Gnome this, or is it Gnome or Dwarf? Whichever one can remove. Why are the tanks canceling? But whichever one can remove the bleeds from themselves. Do we have a Lust? We don't. But whichever one can remove bleeds from themselves, it's so good. It's so good. Oh, it mentions Onara. Okay, so then it's probably... We're just taking a tank. It definitely is from Knockout Den. Yeah, you're right. You're right. I see it. The voice of Onara. And then since it mentions voice, it probably is singing. So good look, Dragon. Good look. But yeah, the smaller models definitely feel better sometimes, like to maneuver between mechanics and stuff. But I don't know. I just picked I never intended on maining Monk. When I made the spec, I was maining Druid. When I started the game, I mained Druid. And I picked Troll. That one I did intend to main. So I picked Troll because I thought their racial, having Berserking was the best. I was like, having Haste sounds so good. So that's why I picked it. And then when I made all my alts, I kind of just picked for like theme. And looking back on it, I should have gone Pandaren, because Pandaren Monk, that's thematic. But for some reason I just went with Taran. I think I liked the racial too, of like your crits heal more or something, like however their racials work. And then I was like, oh, an extra AoE stun, that's got to be good. I don't even have War Stomp bound, if I'm being honest, but maybe I should bind it. But let's go ahead and TP over. So we're on Uldaman. Dude, Uldaman. Oh, Uldaman. Uldaman, we're doing all the ones that I have the least PTR experience on, so it's still gonna be a little rusty, but hopefully our key turns into like a key that I'm very practiced in. In my guild, we raid with myself as a Mistweaver and a fellow Mistweaver we both talk about, and another Mistweaver streamer, Megaset. So y'all have 3 Mistweavers. That is crazy. If I'm reading that right, that is crazy. I think Monk fits Tauren personally. Yeah, me too. I think you're like, Taurens are supposed to like kind of bulldoze and like run in and just go crazy. And I think it's, I don't know. I think it fits Monk. We just like kind of run in. But I guess like monks have the whole like lore of being like these like peaceful, things. So I don't know if Taurens are known for that. Are they? Are they? Well, I guess like now that I'm thinking of like, who's the big Tauren dude that's like really prominent in the story? There's, oh man, he got like kidnapped or something in one raid, like in Pandaria or something. I don't know, but I guess they are peaceful people, so I guess yeah, it makes sense. I think it makes sense, but I'm also the Tauren monk. You're big enough for us Mistweavers? Yeah, I don't know. I guess I'm just used to the big model at this point, but whenever I go onto an alt that is a small model, it feels better. Like it feels like easier to move. Only big Tauren I know is you, Uwu. I appreciate that. Yeah, I mean, you don't really see many Taurens out in the wild, but I'm kind of like, at this point, I'm locked in. Bane, that's the one. Are generally peaceful, okay. But yeah, Bane is who I was trying to think of. Y'all can tell I don't know much about WoW lore. I think he was kidnapped. Alright, let's do this. We're going to put Singing Stone on the tank here, so that we all get a shield for this Berserker dude. See how that works out. Chain lightning, kick that. I hate whenever I do a ready check and a countdown, how I have to close that, or I always forget. So people will comment on my videos and be like, why didn't you close the party editor, the HUD editor thing? I did. I just forgot. I'll be honest. Use engineering bracers for B-res? I don't. Which I might have to. Like, I might have to make all these optimal things if I want to be pushing the season. But so far, I just rock with what I got. I think my 2 embellishments are the ring, so Verdant Tether, and Verdant Tether. What's my other embellishment? We're gonna put that down. I remember whenever I would run this dungeon, I liked using Ring of Peace here because it helps the tank kite. But also there are a lot of casts going off, so it's kind of like a really good usage for it. But I don't have engineering bracers. Although that would be like super useful. It would just be like utility that Mistweaver obviously needs. Let's target the caster. Since we're letting these stone spikes go off, I'm gonna cocoon the tank and all these chomps. I remember these chomps would hurt, dude. Season 1. Oh, I got clapped by that. Oh, that's embarrassing. But Season 1, I just remember so many Ultimons where the tank would run in and just die on like the first like 2 pools. Because these stomps, or I'm sorry, these chomps, same thing. These chomps and the like reflective thing that those guys put on, they like melt tank health bars sometimes. Like on fortified weeks when you're not paying attention. And get a little crazy. Spiked Carapace. But yesterday while I was just playing like a couple dungeons, I'm like really trying to focus on the basics, but that is a little harder to do while streaming. Is like focus on every little thing that you're doing, but like that is like, oh, we just walked right into that. Okay, we're a Mistweaver, we're chilling. But it is hard to play clean while streaming, but y'all know I try. I really do try. What tree you rocking nowadays? Been a while since I monked. Let's see. I'll be able to tell you in just a second. I know I'm playing something a little wonky, and I say a little wonky. I think I'm like 1 or 2 talents off from like the most, the most arguably optimal build. Let's take a look. Here's my tree. So I'm back to running Rising Mist. Tier Morning was a flash in the pan. I didn't really like it that much. I'm running Dance of Chi-Ji though. I might swap that, but I think Dance of Chi-Ji is really good on dungeons where when it procs at the right time, you just gain so much. Like the upside is just so hard to ignore. So like for example, Algathar Academy, if it procs in the tree boss room or on the tree boss, it is like head and shoulders like the pick, Guess we can go and pop this. But I'm sorry, I know I just flashed it on the screen for like half a second, but I'll get you a better look in just a second. Pop Fort Brew here. Pop Shayloons. For this next one, we have Life Cocoon, and we also have Revival for AoE. But Shayloons. Ooh, this totem. Oh, we have Singing Stone. Need to use that too. Alright, where's the boss? Sorry, the way that the ring light is like aimed at my face, sometimes I kind of get lost. on things at the top of the screen, like health bars and stuff. Kick that. Let's rip a small Shayloons. And then Chi-Ji. This boss is dying soon. But we still have our Iridol from last season equipped, which is nice. Chi-Ji is my oh shit button. I mean, kind of. It kind of is for Mistweaver. It's nice, though, now that it has a shield, it has like an instant impact. Okay, so I have not done this boss since they nerfed it, the Lost Dwarves. But man, let me tell you, this boss was really tough on PTR. So if y'all see me just get clobbered or fall behind on healing, that's just par for the course. But I don't know how the nerfs have affected it. Apparently, it is a lot more manageable now, but it was tough. Also, Marley. Marley's back. How are you doing, Marley? Oh, watch out for the cleave. We don't have a mark on the tank, which is a mistake. Heavy arrow. Dagger throw. Start right here. Do you still have to jump? I feel like that's not a thing anymore, right? Maybe it depends on where you are in the room. I don't like that the druid kind of went ahead of us a bit. Okay, this boss is like way easier than it was on PTR. Watch the frontal. I thought I was watching the frontal. I think I saw the wrong person as the tank. Dagger throw on me, but I still have full health from the life cocoon. But Marley, I'll read your message in a second. But I'm glad to see you, nonetheless. So, I always am. But hopefully Season 4 is treating you well. Let's see. How's the keys? I'm sick like hell the last few days. No, that's not what I want to read. Had to dip out of heroic raid last night after 6 bosses because my fever. Hope you had some good keys. Oh man, that is brutal. I've been sick enough to have to like leave raid once, and it definitely sucks. Like it's a double whammy because you feel awful because you're sick. You feel awful for leaving raid. So I feel that for you, Marley. But hopefully it'll pass soon. As long as it's a fever, just take care of yourself, and it should be gone in no time. Ooh, okay. The cleaves on this pack too are pretty rough. But so far, the keys are going well. We just did a +2 Azure Vault. Funnily enough, we died. We wiped to the final boss. But we're doing literally all the dungeons that our key just turns into without really skipping anything. We're just going to take what fate gives us, And we're kind of walking through all the ones that I have not been able to do yet, at least in their current state. So Azure Vault, I barely got any practice on it in PTR. Because I kind of had to pick and choose. Like, I practiced a couple of them because I knew I wouldn't have enough time to get guides out for all 8. So I just picked the ones that I knew I'd be able to get guides out for and just stuck to those. But yeah, my guild is taking Season 4 off in terms of raiding. So I'm kind of torn between, do I find a guild to raid with, like, for the content? Like, I know a lot of you guys want to see like, raid fights too. Or do I find a guild to raid? Wait, that's the same thing. Or do I take the raid tier off and just like spend Tuesday and Thursday nights like with my wife and stuff? And I'll be honest, both of those sound pretty like equally desirable. Okay, Earthen Shards on me. We're gonna pop a defensive. The first Enveloping Mist goes to me. Earthen Shards is brutal, but I forget who I was saying it to, but whoever was talking about being either a dwarf or a gnome or whatever, but dwarf. Mad Coconut said it's dwarf that has the bleed removal racial. That is exceptional this tier. There are so many bleeds in these dungeons, and you can see, I've already mentioned a few of them in my guides already, but the dungeons that have like the most deadly bleeds, I haven't even made a guide on yet. But like this Earthen Shards, is brutal, but dwarves kind of just laugh it off. Let's just life cocoon. Uh-oh. Don't empower. Calm down. Uh-oh. Pop a defensive. Yep. Saw that one happening. Uh-oh. Yeah, we have a defensive rolling still, but it's gonna fall off eventually. But the boss is no longer in rage, so I think the bleed is kind of calmed down a bit. Whoa! It's revival. Let's just take this slow a bit. Let's do some hard casts. Okay, spell harm. Let's Singing Stone the Druid. Whoa, we're getting clapped by this. I can already call it. Ooh, okay, the lay on hands was massive, or was that just a wog? Either way, super clutch. Yeah, the homie definitely came in clutch there. Earthen Shards on him, though. We're going to protect him like he protected us. How about that? We can also... I'm pretty sure Leg Sweep works on this boss, right? Or at least it used to. So I remember getting in trouble one dungeon because I leg swept the boss, like, on pool. And my tank screamed at me. He's like, don't do that. I was like, I didn't even think it would work. But, like, I'm pretty sure this boss has a mechanic where every time you stun him, which you can do by his orbs... Get there! Ah, oh, literally, I just pressed Life Cocoon on him. He died. You hate to see it. Take this guy. Let's we'll loop this guy in. There's a lot of damage on us right now. But yeah, you can stun the boss by his own mechanic, but I'm pretty sure like actual stuns work on it too. This pool is actually no joke. There's frontals left and right. I can't really tell where the tank is. Okay, that's him. Gotta be careful about booping them toward us, because dude, the druid's just like, I'll wait for the B-res. It is kind of annoying though. One thing that I have is a macro that combines both Touch of Death and Iridol. So it's literally just a macro I'll show you guys that says like, hey, cast Iridol or cast Touch of Death whenever they're low. Here it is. And it's really annoying though, because whenever I just want a Touch of Death, it'll... Okay, we just have to cast Shaylin's because apparently my Vivifies aren't working. But whenever I just want to cast Touch of Death, it'll just start the channel of Iridol if it's available. So I'll be honest, I'm kind of excited for Iridol to go away. I think I'm gonna go with the Nimue staff, this, or Naimu, however you want to say it, staff this tier. I don't know, a lot of my guildies liked it, but they were DPS players. But for a DPS player to like an one on use damage bonus over another, kind of, I mean, I feel like that's high praise, you know. But I'm excited to give it a shot. Let's face tank this. For the sake of stunning. But since I'm going to be doing a lot more Mythic Plus and raiding, I kind of just want the AoE damage. Just see how high we can go. Plus, I'm pretty sure, like, yeah, Iridol is going away. So I don't know. Is there going to be another weapon that competes with the Nimue staff? I feel like that's just got to be Biz now, right? I have not looked into on-use items as much as I've looked into trinkets this tier. Okay. I am ready with my Ring of Peace. Yeah, put him in timeout. Pin him against the wall. Also, one thing I keep getting comments on, because I was playing the PTR for a while, but a lot of people were commenting on things that I should change about my UI because I was posting like PTR vids and stuff. But PTR UI is not the same as retail UI or like main game UI. So my UI is back to like its normal state. And one thing a lot of people say is, hey, there's this thing that streamers can have where you can show everyone like what spell you just casted and stuff. Like you should get it. I do have it on the screen. It's up here, so you can see every spell that I cast and who it targets as I press it. Let's Shayloons this. Should have revivaled that in hindsight, but okay. All right, let's move. Let's go. He's already dead. Whoa. Okay. DPS kind of crazy. Extinction Blast. Touch of Death. The next one, I think. Actually, we're gonna Touch of Death. This one. Let's just keep going. Yeah, because that next one I figured would die before we get there. Alright, we still got Revival. We got Shayloons at 10, so we are big chilling. Gonna rip a Shayloons here. Easy stuff. I feel like that boss is just always easy. It can get awkward though if like your group gets split during the ad phase, but let's see. Am I wrong for wanting to use statue build again for the season while Fistweaving Keys? Which statue do you mean? Technically we have 3 statues. Are they all competitive? No. But it depends on which statue you mean. Like I know some people just always like White Tiger statue because it's just like free damage in some cases. But a lot of people, I don't know if Ox statue has as much use this season as it did last season. I don't think it does. I have to think through all the dungeons, but oh, that we want LOS. That does like no damage on a +4. It is Tyrannical weak though. But Jade Serpent statue, I don't know. Unless you like remember to put it down at the start of every pool, it kind of gets, I don't know. It's just, it doesn't really get as much value in Mythic Plus. Plus, oh my God, stop talking. You rarely ever Soothing Mist in Mythic Plus, so you never really keep that channel going, that uptime up 100%. So it's kind of, it's a lot less desirable in a Mythic Plus than it is in Raid, because in Raid, your uptime on Soothing Mist is a lot higher. At least not your uptime on Soothing Mist, but your uptime on the Jade Serpent statue is a lot higher. Plus, a lot of people go Unison in Raid to get even more residual value from it. We're kind of just plowing through this, though. We're just like, no thoughts gone to the LOSing Thunderous Clash, or at least I'm not. Maybe they're ready to LOS it, but I'm just face tanking it. Come join my guild on Storm Rage. I don't want to swap realms, I'll be honest. I used to use statue build. Oh, oops, typo. It's just 2 Mistweaver monks. But we also talk about you along with, there's another monkey that makes content makes it just like you. Yeah. No, that's awesome. Okay, so y'all have 2 Mistweavers. I've heard, I don't remember who it was. Maybe it was Kiffy or Marley, or one of my viewers though has a guild where they have 2 Mistweaver monks that raid with them, and one of them does the Chi-Ji build in raid, and the other one does the Yulon build. We were just face tanking it. Why would we LOS it? It does like no damage on +4. But yeah, one of them does the Chi-Ji build, and the other one does a Yulon build. And like the Yulon build person, I'm pretty sure they just out heal like almost every time, but every now and then like the Chi-Ji build will just like out heal the Yulon build, and I think that's pretty unique. I think that's a cool way to do it, because there is merit too to playing like the Chi-Ji build in Mythic and raiding, because you just do more damage. Like healer damage can matter in some fights, and if your guild could 3 heal a fight, then why not do like have your 4th healer be Chi-Ji, you know, just for backup. It's like it's a half of a Windwalker's worth of damage. Not half, a lot less than half of a Windwalker's damage. But it's just like a mini Windwalker that has revival for panic scenarios, you know? And that's pretty cool. What's Monk's stat priority for PvE? I started Monk and the internet says use Mastery primarily, but everyone in game says it's Haste. Okay. Okay. Mink. You're asking about PvE, so rating and Mythic Plus, right? If so, it's Haste and a bit of Mastery for PvP though. Okay, so you're asking about PvP. I'll be honest, Mink, I don't know much about PvP, but I do know that they like Verse. I'm pretty sure like they love a lot of Verse and Mastery, I think, for the free spot healing and like all the Soothing Mist Mastery procs and stuff. But also for the survivability that Verse provides. But I am not the person to ask about PvP. If I'm being totally honest, I could give you an answer and like try to act like I know what I'm talking about. But I think what would be best for you, there is a PvP Mistweaver YouTuber called Mystical Monk, and I think in all of the descriptions of their videos, they leave what the stat priority is for each build. It's a really smart way to do it, and I like how they do that. But that they are probably the best person to look for PvP content and Mistweaver questions and stuff. So I think you would be better off getting an answer from them than me just giving you an answer. You know what I mean? But yeah, Verse is heavy for every class in PvP just for the survivability. Cool thing. Hey, I'm sorry I can't give you the best answer. But a lot of people would probably just try to give you an answer to keep you here, but I know it's best for you. Oh no. Oh no. I do think it's in your best interest to to get them. He's like, I failed us. It's okay. I have revival, so we're big chilling. All right, I have to catch up on Twitch chat. I've been reading some YouTube chat. Yeah, leaving raid sucks. Glad we had someone who could take my place. Oh, that's always nice, having multiple tanks in a guild. That's huge. Huge. All Gucci, LOL. I mostly fist weaves, but I really don't understand how people how I top heal. Yeah, I think for fist weaving in PvP, if I had to guess, it would be versatility for the survivability. Like, you just want to stack as much verse as possible. And then if I had to make an uneducated guess, admittedly, it would be you would want a bunch of haste. Because haste has the added benefit, and it doesn't just let you cast faster, but it also reduces your Rising Sun Kick's cooldown. Like, if you have a ton of haste, your Rising Sun Kick will just slowly, like, its cooldown would be less. So, like, I think it starts at, like, 10 seconds or something like that, and then if you stack a bunch of haste, you can get it down to, like, 8, 7, 7.2, like, some random number seconds. So, I think in fist weaving, that to me sounds desirable. Maybe I should watch where I dispel people. Shouldn't just dispel willy-nilly. I also just let someone die. Oops. Sorry, bloody. Yeah, I kind of used my whole bag of tricks for the first debuff set. And then was kind of left without anything for the next one. Oh. Thank you, tank. Okay. We're just gonna spot heal for a bit. But yeah, that to me sounds right. If you're fist weaving in PvP, haste is just gonna be a little desirable if I had to guess, just because of that. I don't want to call it a synergy, but how that works. Rewind time flow. I needed that to catch up. Not gonna lie, this... I said not gonna low. Not gonna lie, this boss definitely caught me with my pants down. I don't know why, but I got caught by surprise at its mechanics. We are going to Shayloon's Gift. Life Cocoon of the Tank. Singing Stone the Warlock. Making sure everyone survives. Okay. luckily the group is like hard carrying mechanics for me right now. We're really watching the frontals. Oh, we want to get booped into the wall here. Stay with me, Druid. We could also Revival, which is probably the best play. Dang, we are getting destroyed in terms of time. Touch of Death. Nice. Not the cleanest, not the worst. We've seen worse Uldamons in our days. Your viewers provider stream boot. Nah, we're gonna. I don't know how to delete that, but let me load up Twitch. I can delete that. I don't need a viewer bot. I am all natural. You guys have a good one. No gear. Let me delete this comment really quick. If I can figure out how. One moment as we figure this out. Did I delete it? Then deleted it. All right. Pop out chat. All right, we can get back to the chat reading. Yeah. My guild's focusing on getting everyone the Fyrak mount in season 4. Not really serious raiding. Ooh, getting a whole guild the Fyrak mount is kind of baller status, if you ask me. Okay. We're just jamming our key. Ruby live pools, man, it's really given me like the 3 dungeons I just did not play that much on the PTR. Rough. All Gucci yellow. I mostly Fistweave. I guess KSM is all 5s this season. No way. I guess so, because you can get 1,000 IO. Because it is Keystone Master is just 2,000 this season, which to me is a bit low. A bit low. I kind of like that it was 3K like one season. Would I be able to see it? I guess I would have to have the achievement. I don't know how achievement. I've been leveling my monk, but you said that people often avoid monk. Yeah, I kind of looked at monk the same way we used to look at survival hunter back in BFA, which is about like Mistweaver monk and survival hunter had the same reputation when I started playing Mistweaver monk. I don't know if any of the work I've put into repairing the reputation that monk has worked, but I've tried. I've tried to just, I don't know why people just have maybe something went wrong in Mists of Pandaria. I have no idea. But yeah, they definitely have the same reputation. We all barely have one Mistweaver monk. Barely have one Mistweaver monk. That's got to be like a diss on your Mistweaver monk, Marley. But yeah, sometimes you forget it exists. I guess so, yeah. And it takes seasons like right now or like last season when Mistweaver was just cranking HPS and raid for people to be like, oh yeah, that still exists. Because I'll be honest, I used to raid lead some heroic Sire Denathria skills in Castle Nathria back in Shadowlands. And at that point, I was still a Restoration Druid main. I only played Restoration Druid. Hadn't even tried Mistweaver yet, right? And this was like early Castle Nathria. And like when Mistweavers would join, like you know how you really had to layer your healing cooldowns in P1. So you would say like, hey, I'm gonna trank the first one. You know, this person used like Avenging Crusader, the second one, and stuff like that, right? But whenever a Mistweaver monk would join, I just didn't know what their cooldowns did. Honestly, and they'd be like, "Hey, when do you want my revival?" I was like, "I don't know, just send it." Like, I was like, "I don't know, what does it do?" You know? I remember like halfway through, like after I'd already, pugged a bunch of those um, AOTC runs. Um, this one Mistweaver finally joined. Was like, "Hey, when do you want my revival?" I was like, "I don't know, link it to me." And that was the first time I read revival. But I had already told like four Mistweavers, like, "Dude, just like rip it, like whenever you need to." I didn't. I didn't think of it as a real cooldown because I didn't know what it did. But times have changed. Okay, let's look at our talents. So we're going into what dungeon are we going? It's my key. So we're going to Ruby. I don't think I want Dance of Gigi. I don't think I want this. I think I want the Secret Infusion buff. Um, yeah, I think especially on these early weeks, I think I definitely want the Verse buff to stay alive longer. Or just to feel a little safer. But we can port there, I think. Did I even run a plus 20 season 1? I guess we'll find out. Perfect. Oh, Marley, I get you. Okay, so the way you worded it was not my guild. We have barely one Mistweaver. Kind of does sound like a really good roast on your Mistweaver. Like, yeah, he's a Mistweaver, but like he barely counts. But no, I get it. He's just not sure if he wants to play his Mistweaver. I get that. I think the first guild that let me think. The first guild that I got cutting edge with, I think that's the guild I'm in right now. So the guild that I was in before this guild, they were like a 7 out of 10 mythic guild. But they had a Mistweaver monk while I was still on my Resto Druid. They had a Mistweaver monk that was like insane. Or at least he was at the time. He was very hard to top on charts. And then I swapped to Mistweaver monk and was putting out competitive numbers with him for my first ever attempt at raiding as a Mistweaver. And he got recruited up to a cutting edge guild, and I was like, "Whoa, he's big time." And then like eventually, like I made the shift. But swapping to Mistweaver was part of why I was able to push cutting edge. Just to think like if the trajectory of like my raid life had gone any different, and I was like a Resto Druid's main still, that'd be so weird. Could y'all imagine? I couldn't. All right, let's get the show on the road. Ruby life pools +6. It could go horribly. We're gonna do everything we can to not let it do so. Oh, also we got pants that last run. The problem is they will not be tier set, and I think, yeah, I think we just keep our current ones equipped. All right, let's go. Let's do this. Yeah, like I said, I wrote a script yesterday for a 1-minute guide, and I do plan on, after today's stream, I'm gonna record and like try to chop down the 1-minute guide for you guys. Those do take a long time to make. Yeah, it's just a 1-minute long video, but trying to like edit everything down to like the breath so that it fits into like a minute and or at least close to a minute kind of thing. And also, like, the last time I made one, I had to rewrite it like 3 times because it was just like, there's no way I can get all this information in just 1 minute. But this one I'm happy with. I think it's the script that I wrote. Just judging loosely off of how fast I can talk, I think I can get it in 1 minute. I think I can. I'm afraid of my Phaline in this hallway. I'm also afraid of my thick Tauren thighs. I don't want to pull anything, so I'm trying to aim back toward my team, which I guess is technically the correct thing to do. Just aim through to my team. Ooh. Okay, what's the plan here? I'm not going to shoot a Phalanx because I don't want to tag anything, but it looks like our tank has a plan. Okay, we're shooting a Phalanx. We got to get healing. We are about to get booped up, but he's not targeting anything with Tectonic Slam near me. Our tank, it looked like the tank was cooking up a juicy little pool there. I was kind of letting him run around, do his thing before I settled in with the pool. It's double whammy him. But guys, happy Wednesday, happy Season 4. Hopefully your first days of grinding are going well. Hopefully you're getting all the gear. I'm having fun this season. I think Season 4s are meant to just kind of play at your own pace. And especially after last season, toward the end, it was definitely getting toward burnout stage, but we survived it, and I am so ready to push keys this season, and I'm excited to play and do fun events with you guys. I'm still thinking of how we can do like a fun 12-hour stream this season, because I've kind of fallen in love with that idea. I think those are the most fun streams possible. But until then, I hope that you guys are enjoying the stream and enjoy the gameplay. I'm happy. I'm so happy to be back on the Mistweaver. You'll have no idea. It's like I just came home after a long semester of college. Maybe we save Zimpulse for the ads. The tank kind of takes a smacking on this boss. We're gonna... I don't remember it doing that much. Awaken Whelps. I mean, I guess we did. We Zenpulsed on pool, and we had Zenpulse up for the ads, too. That actually works out. Let's rip it. Maybe we should be spinning crane kicking. Ooh, don't like that. Yeah, the bosses in this dungeon are no joke, especially on Tyrannical Week, so that is playing into it a bit, but yeah, these bosses should never be underestimated. The damage is kind of wild. Hopefully I didn't get anyone killed there, because I didn't really go out that far. Yeah, okay, so that timing actually works out really well for Zenpulse. Oof. Yeah, I think we should just spinning crane cake. I feel like the healing value is too high there. We have Life Cocoon, we have Shayloons. Rip them both. Let's Singing Stone myself, I guess. Just don't want to lose anyone here in the last stretch. We also have Chi-Ji for this next little grab. Go ahead and sip up a bit. Okay, we want to stack up our Tiger Palm here. Ooh, he did take one tick. We need to pump into him. Very nice. We have Extinction Blast. A Touch of Death. Should be all she wrote. We can probably beat this. Yeah, it's smart of him to go out anyways, but... Ooh, and a nice respawn point. Very nice. What is the weak aura / add-on that's circling people in your party frame? So let's see if I can make it. Oh, this one? This is what you mean. It's a weak aura. I did not make the weak aura. I just use it. But I do have the link to its download in my my Discord. I'll show you. But all it does is it shows you the most the renewing mist that is about to fall off, the one that's closest to falling off. So if you go to my UI, it is this one, renewing mist count plus your lowest duration renewing mist. But yeah, it's there for download. There's no, the only thing keeping you from like in your way from downloading it is just joining the Discord. There's no paywall or anything in any of my UI. Apparently there's a wall that I can't jump over though, so a little concerning. Dang. Okay, I don't know if you guys paid attention there, but we came up the stairs and joined combat, like punched the dragon right as our Shaylun's gift fell off. So we lost all of our Shaylun's gift stacks. That's brutal. It's not the end of the world though. Rolling Thunder. So when we dispel one, it does a big chunk of damage. So I think you do need to dispel one so they don't go off at the same time. Or maybe it does its remainders worth of damage. I don't know. I'll have to read that one. Yeah, you see that it's always on the renewing mist that has the least amount of time left. But that weak aura also comes with the part up here that shows me how many active renewing mists I have out. That's really helpful for our current raid build because there are some times where our priority changes, like should we cast this spell or should we just cast Vivify? And that's almost always dependent on how many renewing mists you have out. So it's just very handy information to have available on the screen somewhere. Because if I'm ever like, should I be casting like Enveloping Mist or should I just cast Vivify, I can look at how many renewing mists I have out and know. That's a bad example, Enveloping Mist versus Vivify, but you know. Hopefully you know. I should not stand under those guys. That nukes. But also it's very handy when since I'm someone who watches back like a lot of my gameplay, it's very handy to go back and see, okay, like at this point I was not playing optimally because I did not have a high renewing mist count active. Hey, Loose, the goat of the stream, coming in with a sub. I appreciate your support, as always. Hopefully you're doing well. It's been a while, but I really do appreciate you. Oof. I remember this hallway, like, it was never hard. It's just full of so many obnoxious packs. Like, it's kind of like they just got together and were like, okay, let's annoy the player base. Go. Like, in turn, come up with an ability. I've been around. I'm the quintessential lurker. Hey, I'm the same way, but I more so meant myself. I took kind of a week off to work on some guides and stuff. Happy Season 4 plus Alpha. Oof. You hit me in the gut, Loose. I was not invited to the Alpha. I have no idea how to get on the list, but if I knew, I would definitely be an Alpha grinder. So if anyone in chat either works for Blizzard or knows a guy, hook me up. I would love to get on the Alpha list. I'm not a big enough content creator at this point, I think. But yes, definitely a happy Season 4 nonetheless. We are a glass half full streamer. You should know this by now. And I get to play the Mistweaver again, so it's like it literally could not be better. And you're here, so it's just like it's a triple whammy. I just touched of death to guy at 0% health. Interesting. Oh, he was on the stairs. So for those that don't know, there's a lot of like wonkiness that goes along with like stairs and how they're made and whatever engine is. Oh shoot. Okay. Whatever engine they use to make WoW, like it just apparently it's just hard to make stairs work. So there's a lot of mechanics you can cheese, and it looks like from what just happened, it looks like Burnout is actually one of them. If you let one of those guys die, from what it looked like, it looks like Burnout only hits people on that stair. And there's a really like famous cheese that you can do in Algathar Academy using the stairs. And it was around during season 1 or season 2 whenever Alcathar was a thing. And it still was around in PTR, and I'm pretty sure it's still around in Retail. I've done one Alcathar Academy, and I'm pretty sure my group like was talking about it and like, let's try it. Unless I'm misremembering PTR, but I'm pretty sure that happened on live. Okay, the owners of Dogs of YouTube, Milo and Honey, and Bella. Did you end up getting all healers 3K? Oh my gosh. I did not. I did not. We just did not have enough time. And it got to the point where I was like, I was sleeping like 3 hours a night because I was trying to just grind and grind and grind. But I had to come to terms with it and say like, look, we just started too late. We just started too late. But we were able to get 3 done. We probably could have gotten a 4th done too, if I hadn't have like come to that realization when I did. Like if I would have just like kept going for like one more week and just pushing, then we definitely would have gotten Holy Priest there as well. But I just came to the conclusion. I was like, look, there's no way we're gonna finish this challenge. I am exhausted, and I'm happy. As of now, I'm excited for season 4, and I want to stay that way. So I just kind of called it at that point. But no, we ended up only getting 3, which is a very disappointing number. But we got Disc, obviously Mistweaver, and Resto Shaman. But yeah, it's just the timing was just horrible for it. But we got a lot to like 2,500. I think we got everyone to 2,500 except for Holy Priest, but that was a weird example of we farmed a lot during 1 week and then just not the tyrannical off the other week, you know. But yeah, we got like a lot done. So it sounds like a low number, but we had a lot of stuff close. It's just, it came down to a lack of time, really. Okay, so I do want to stand right here. Okay. Woo, that hurts. Burnout. Yeah, speaking of burnout, that's what we were trying to prevent from blasting keys for like 2 more weeks. Perfect bait. Definitely want to stand like right here. I'm pretty sure, yeah, it picks a player. Oof, that's bad. Actually, that's not horrible. It's not the worst. Oof, tank, stay with us, buddy. That's a bad boulder bait. I'm gonna tap it. Essence Flanks. I need these 2 seconds of ancient teachings. It's not the worst bait. It will explode though, so we gotta be careful. Okay. Luckily it hit that wall over there. We don't have much tank protection. We're gonna have to... Uh-oh. What? You hate to see it. Alright, squad. We can do this. We had 2 people go the wrong way after that. Oh no. I baited, watch the wall. Luckily we're chilling. Ah, the tank died, okay. That's okay. We go again. This time we will not have Lust though, which is kind of sad, but it's okay. Here's an idea. Would you do a stream where people sent you in videos of their raids, dungeons, and you raided them? An example, roasting them, but in a good humor way. I would do that. Y'all know I could roast y'all. I enjoy getting roasted myself. So yes, it is Grid 2 that I'm using. I would do that. I've actually thought of doing something, Sam, where I do like a Patreon tier, like a low tier Patreon where it wouldn't be like, because for those that know, I do coaching through my Patreon, but it's the top tier because it's a coaching service. But if I did like a very low tier one that's like very easy to join, if it just allowed y'all to like send me in clips like that, and then like, yeah, we could do something similar to that. That would be really fun. Let's Chi-Ji. Oh, tank, what is going on? I think he hits the tank from behind there as you're running out. So let me let the tank know. He backstabs you, I think. I think so care. I'm pretty sure I remember that from season 1. Like, as you're running out from that circle, tanks would always, like, some tanks would, like, risk dying because he does hit you from the back as you're running away. But yeah, that would be fun. Really, I'd love to send you my Mistweaver vids and hear the feedback. Yeah, that would be a blast. The damage is no joke. Yeah, this dungeon has always been a terror, like an absolute terror. But I'm almost 100% sure that what's killing the tank there is as he's running out of the burnout, the big circle. The boss is backstabbing him because he's running with his back facing the boss. And that does, what is it? Is it double damage? I'm sure Marley would know. Marley's a tank main. Uh-oh, I kind of got us clapped there. Whoop, kick it. Okay. That was a good boulder bait, though. We really want to be baiting toward the fire. That was a good ad drop, but we need to bait. We need to bait the boulder this way. See, because baiting that way is going to cover up the ad, making it harder to get to. Searing blows is also filthy on the tank. Crispy. That's a slap in the face. Okay, that was a bad bait on me. That's going to explode pretty close. Maybe if I just like play a little mini caster version here just to keep people safe. That's probably the play. Because he's about to start smacking the tank. But also I have not popped a single defensive this whole run, so maybe that's playing into it. Let's stand on this side so we could... No, actually, let's stand on this side so we can bait the boulder here. We get lucky enough. Kick it. We did get lucky enough, but... Oof. Can we do 40%? I think so if we protect the tank. We need to get to a good spot. Yeah, okay. Tank, stay with me, buddy. Okay, I'm watching our interrupt timers. I see that I'm the only one with an interrupt right now. I'm gonna dampen that one. I'm gonna kick that one. Can we kill this? Oh god, no. See, now we're getting enraged because 2 ads are here. Yep. We need people not to get hit. I think we're chilling if people don't get hit. Hey, Richard Tompkins, welcome in. Came in at the perfect time, if you're asking me. Let me fix my headset. Was still entertaining while it lasted. I agree, Milo. I had fun making those, but man, it definitely got brutal toward the end. And it wasn't even like a difficulty thing. It was just difficult. It was just difficult. I just said it wasn't a difficult thing. I'm trying to say, I was reading chat. It wasn't a difficulty thing. It was like just a circumstance thing. Like with the season coming to an end, there were just less players queuing up for keys, so it took so long to find groups. Then you would find groups, the quality would be just like not as good. It's just a lot of things kind of played into it. But yeah, we do have a lot of space. I do remember like that realization definitely made this key a lot easier as time went on. Oh. Dang. It's funny seeing people think that they can just slam through these keys like they are last season heroics. Yeah, for real. Yeah, but I do think this tank, he might not have played when Ruby Life Pools was a thing, because he does not really know the mechanics that well, but Yeah, these dungeons, they will catch you by surprise. We did get caught by surprise by a +2, Richard, last 2 keys ago. A +2 Azure Vault, we did get wiped. Very embarrassing, but kind of funny. Yeah, the damage definitely goes through the roof on these. I was doing a Mythic 0 earlier and party wasn't killing crystals on last boss. That's exactly what happened to us. We had one crystal go off and it one-shot us. That's exactly what happened to us. This season is def harder at the moment and I'm liking it. Yet, I do think it gets annoying as you get gear and you still feel kind of helpless for some of the mechanics. Maybe we should just ping like, hey, come like out here. Just let the tank know. Like we can... You can get a little far away if you need to. You need to stay on top of these. Helping the tank out for those searing blazes. I used my singing stone on him. I don't also want to use life cocoon on him though. We're gonna chi cocoon him though. I'm just gonna be tiger palming. Really paying attention to the tanks. I see those searing blows going off. But yeah, people definitely have this. I tried to make a point last season, but my chat was roasting me. But there's a thing that happens when you're driving on the interstate for like hours, and then you go onto like a country road, and the speed limit gets cut in half, basically from what you're used to, called velocitation. And your body's used to traveling at like a fast speed, and then all of a sudden you're not anymore. The same thing goes with keys. If you're used to doing all these high keys, and then you just come to these lower keys, you can get caught off guard. Like that's kind of the point I was making, but my chat absolutely roasted me for that. Yeah, we have an entire ring to walk around, so I definitely think spacing here helps a lot. Searing blows went off. We're gonna pop Chi-Chi to help the tank healing. We're watching the tank as we run out. That was a good boulder. Alright, we're in the final stretch. But one thing that's happened in the past is like when keys go like this, where someone just doesn't really know the mechanics and like things kind of fall apart throughout it. Sometimes people get like so toxic, but really it's just like it's week one of a new set of dungeons, and even though like some of us have done them before, some people haven't. That's totally fine. So I'm trying to be like as helpful to this guy as possible. I'm glad that my group is also being very helpful to him, and I'm glad he also asked us for any suggestions. So very solid group in that sense. Richard said, "You are a brave soul." Oh. Was that English I wrote? I decided to come to Twitch to watch you, Richard. Oh, are you Richard the my Spanish coach? Richard? You are a brave soul. I know Mistweaver is really great, but I feel more comfortable healing on my Resto Druid. Look, different strokes for different folks. I know a lot of people ask like what healer's the best right now, and I think if you're looking at like the top 1%, I tried to save him. If you're looking at the top like 1% of players, most of the time there is an answer. But for like the bottom 99% of all players, your best healer is what you're best at. And I think it's so hard to make a guide video that just says that one statement. But that's why I always try to echo that sentiment like in my guide or in my tier list videos. I try to always kind of mention that in my tier list videos. But your best healer is the one that you're the best at. And it's just true, honestly. People at my guild are like, 10s are like 21s, and I'm doing 25s now. I try my hardest to tell them, but you'll have on heroic level gear for those 10s. Yeah, you're definitely under geared at this point, so. Yeah, people might start jumping the gun on these key levels a bit. And I think the key squish is going to throw some people off for sure. Also, having like Raider IOs kind of reset means it's also kind of harder to know like what your group's skill level is, you know? So keys might just be harder because your group is used to being people that only push plus 20s in a season, as opposed to like when last season you were pushing keys with people that always do plus 26s, you know? Like, there's a lot of factors going into it, but... By the way, a lot of this footage might get used in a future guide video. So if y'all just want to, like, type some nonsense, well, I guess down in that other corner, if you want to type some nonsense, it might get into a video. So, like, you can just say, like, your socks are on fire or something. I don't know. Whatever your heart desires. Definitely want to Shaylin's get those cast, or at least have a cooldown for him. I just try to explain the mechanics. Yeah, I try to explain the mechanics, but only when I'm asked. Like, I know a lot of people like could benefit from the explanation, but it's just like in life, you never want to. I don't know. You never want to just like explain things when people don't ask for it, kind of thing. I guess, but I guess there is an argument to be made. Like, you're doing a dungeon with them, and they are kind of like wasting your time by not knowing. So it's like it's just a mutually beneficial thing to explain it to them. So yeah, that argument's valid, but I don't know. I personally try to only explain when they ask for an explanation, or if I can see that there's something that is just like frustrating, like maybe they're dying to the same thing over and over just because they don't understand it. I'll be like, hey, like just let you know, like this works like this, but I always try to be polite with it and stuff if I do that. We got a pee pee, poo poo, and a butthole coming in hot. Okay, all right, big chats from Richard. All right, we got to dispel the tank. I think one thing, just from making my guide videos, so far this past like few weeks, is I was dispelling like tank debuffs a little too quickly in my footage, which is like funny because you usually want to dispel them as fast as possible. But it was making it to where it was hard to get like a good little footage clip of it, of me actually dispelling a debuff. So I'm gonna kind of like let it sit on the tank for a few seconds, just in case I do use this in a future video. Yeah, I say that, but I want to protect our tank too. Oh. Oh, we got nature locked. Forgot I did that. Okay, dragon's dead. Watch our feet. Man, this boss can just spiral out of control. The moment someone accidentally dips their toes in fire, it's just like, man, it gets like infinitely harder. Clean. You love to see it. Dragon. Okay. I feel like at this point, if you put a dragon in your game, you're just trolling the players. What is this? Technique: silver and blue armor. Can this be sold in the auction house though? Binds when picked up. I guess not. Oh, someone got a ruby whelp shell and plate piece. Very nice. All right, moving forward. Algathar. Let's go. Nonsense. I'm hilarious. Ha 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 ha, Hans. Wow, Hans, so smart. Keeping it PG so you don't get demonetized. I've had a couple things get demonetized in the past, but for the most part, I just have to dispute it. But it's normally what it is. It's my streams that get demonetized, annoyingly enough, and they mostly get demonetized. And then like I dispute it, but it's always like a bot that demonetizes it, and they say like they're using our content, but it's just me talking. Like they'll take a clip of me talking and saying like this is my song. Like it's just a bot, but it's still annoying. It's very annoying. I'm like, okay, take your 13 cents or whatever. I literally had someone like decline my first wave of dispute over 13 cents. I was like, hey, buddy, if it's that important. Okay. Let's see. All right. I got an emerald whelp shell. I like the way they updated them. They used to be the suck. Yeah, I don't know how good are they good now? Like I remember it was just like a trinket people were not excited to get, like at all. But hopefully that's changed. An evoker in here, sure. Um, I got an emerald well. Oh, I just read that. I got a 2 Alcathar Academy on my Mistweaver, but you have to tank. Oof. Oh, one thing I'm thinking about doing this season. Y'all know how last season I was playing all the healers trying to get them to 3K. I think a way to lighten that load is instead of taking 7 specs to 7 or to 3K or trying to taking 3 specs. I was thinking, what if I did all 3 monk specs? Because it'd be fun to try to tank keys. Like when have y'all seen me tank? Like maybe like twice on stream. Is there stronger dragons? Um, I don't know. I feel like that if you're asking about what dragons are in the dungeons, I think that dragon or the dragon at the Azure Vault is probably the strongest dragon we have to fight right now. Let's go ahead and TP there because we're lazy. Let's see. The one I have you train another player, and when it procs, it gives you and the person you trained like 1K mastery buff. That's actually solid. That is actually really solid. Kane said, someone in my guild challenged me with that yesterday. Not to 3K, but all 3 specs one weekend for 5 of us. Lowest total time wins. I told them I would do blood DK all 3 specs at once. I win. Hold on, I am very confused. But all 3 specs one weekend to 3K? Or just play them all? That is interesting though. But I think it could be fun. I really do think that could be fun. Plus, I haven't played Windwalker in a long time. It'd be fun to play Windwalker for you guys. Now we wait. No, just play them all one weekend. 5 of us guildies with monks. Ooh, that'd be fun, yeah. We like as you know, we've done like streams of that in the past trying to do all monk raids, and they always go horribly. Because all my viewers are Mistweavers, but they're a lot of fun. I've never tanked on monk. I've done Windwalker. Brewmaster monk is kind of seen as one of the more challenging tank specs. I have my glasses all weird right now because it's hurting my nose, but so just ignore it. But Brewmaster monks are a little weird. They definitely like act differently than other tanks do. it's not like as much active mitigation as like your druid tanks that put armor on and have defensives and stuff. Like, yeah, you do have defensives, but you just have to understand stagger and understand like how purifying brew, expel harm, and celestial brew like all work and stuff, and it's pretty good. Loose is a brewmaster main. Interesting. Yeah, brewmaster's really fun though. It really is, especially on seasons where kiting is a thing. Like in Shadowlands, I would play Brewmaster a lot, and just like you just roll around, and then I would use like Transcendence Transfer to kind of like kite even further and stuff. It was a lot of fun. I don't fully understand the whole stagger thing, but I've never really tried to understand it. Yeah, that looks like our tank left. Where is the whole group? Am I in the wrong dungeon? Maybe are they inside? Because I'm inside. Am I in the wrong instance? Okay, so they were all waiting on me, but I'm literally waiting on them. So yeah, those two tanks are kind of like very simple tanks. I'm in Algathar Academy, right? Why am I not in the same instance as these guys? Am I? Interesting. Yeah, Blood Death Knight is like very easy tank to learn because it's just like you take damage, you heal it back, right? Like that's the core of it. There's a lot more moving parts, but then like Paladin is like you mitigate a bunch of damage. And if you take damage, you can heal it back. But yeah, Brewmaster, you have like a cycle of buttons that as long as you're like on top of it, it it just looks I don't know. It's just weird because you as you take damage, you'll gain like stagger, and if you have like a meter to track it, it helps. But you're always staggering some of the damage that you should have just taken, and you can purify some of your stagger. That way, it just goes away. That way, you'll never end up taking that damage. And then you can use expel harm, which all monks have. But for brewmasters, it's really cool because it just heals you for a ton if you've purified some damage that just was staggered. And then Celestial Brew is a shield that you put on yourself, kind of like a mini life cocoon. But if you just purified a ton of stagger from yourself, then it's a huge shield. So like as long as you're good at like managing your stagger, and like sometimes you'll just get overwhelmed. Like you only stagger so much damage at a time. So like sometimes you'll just get one shot. But then also sometimes you'll just succumb to the stagger damage because you're just out of purifying brew charges. But it is really cool once you get the hang of stagger. It's also an absorb shield. Yeah, Celestial Brew, is that what you're talking about? Yeah, Celestial Brew is also an absorb shield. So like you can let your health drop really low, as long as you know that you're not going to die to stagger basically or to an upcoming mechanic, and then pop a giant shield and then heal yourself to full. Like it's crazy. Your health can bounce around quite a bit. Okay, finally the group is ready. Ready, check. Let's do it. A reminder to check talents. Do we want to swap anything? I don't think so. I think I'm going to go without my glasses for a second. That's horrible. I cannot see. Right. My glasses are like hurting my nose, dude. Yeah, Celestial Brew, it's a big heal. Oh, it heals too. Interesting. All right, let's do this. Let's punch it, guys. Oh, expel harm and spinning crankcake help with pulling in. Oh yeah, yeah. As you take damage or like do certain abilities, you're going to be spitting out these little orbs. But if you walk over them, it heals you for a chunk. But if you expel harm, it absorbs those all the orbs that are scattered throughout, kind of like Shaylun's gift a bit. But I think you spawn orbs by like taking stagger damage or like purifying stagger damage or something. It's definitely a good time, but like you do have to understand stagger. It is a little weird.
New students. How wonderful. It has been quite some time since the academy has been open.
Indeed. Come with us. It seems like things are
Let's slam it. The last two Algathar keys I've done, all they did was they pulled the Skitterfly Pat and let us kill that before they actually went into another pool. Looks like this tank is just giga chatting this whole pool, which is fun, but we'll see if we can survive it. Already had to use Life Cocoon though, which is a little sus. Hopefully we don't pull the Skitterfly Pat. Looks like we are going to. As damage comes in, we are going to... We need our Phaline Stomp, or J-Fire Stomp, so... We're going to shoot that Chi Burst. We're going to pop Chi-Ji right now, that way it comes up for the boss's add mechanic in time, or we can ensure it does. We're going to work our way back toward our J-Fire Stomp, dodging these swirlies. And we're back. As long as we're spinning, there's so many targets, we can definitely out-heal the jumps from the Skitterflies. We also should be stunning these guys, because we do slow down their agitation. But yeah, now this pool's going to look a little scary. I guess it is a low key. It's just a +5. That's not that bad. I can't see. Easy. He talked about doing it on 2s, so I may be safe, but I'm picking my healer. Good choice. But yeah, it definitely is worth trying eventually. I think it's very fun. Famous last words yesterday. It's just a +5. Yeah, I should definitely watch it. 5 is a 10 now, though, I suppose. Not high, but still. Yeah, I can still shock you. I definitely should be more careful about that. Okay, I am moving the incorrect way, so... I never see groups move to the right, so that's kind of weird. Okay, we're going to stack up our Tiger Palms and pop Chi-Ji for this ad. Easy peasy. Okay, so stacking on the tank, and they move to the right. We also have one more Lasher than normal, so a little weird. Whoa, team! Should I have Revival here? Probably. Let's just do it. Ew, you can hear the little ads chomping away at the flesh of our tank. I am not in a good spot. I kind of deserve that one. That work? No, he's dormant. That's embarrassing. So you can basically have Chi-Ji up for every ancient branch, which is really helpful. That rot damage is no joke, especially on like high level key tyrannicals, which, hey, every key level is a high level key. I should learn my mistake. I am doing a horrible job at Germinate. I take full responsibility for that death. We do need to watch out though. We don't have Revival. Now slow down that damage. Stack on the tank. Okay, we're finally stacked on the tank. I went the way they've been going, and it was wrong. I don't know what to say. There should always that should be a lesson. You should always communicate with your group. Hey, stack on tank, go clockwise. Like, should do the same thing every time. Yeah, we haven't lusted yet, which is a little weird. I am just gonna get clocked again. Oh no, I didn't get hit by it. Oh no. Well, guys, it's been real. This is like a lesson in how not to pull this boss. Like from the entire group. It's a group effort, especially me though. Let's be real. I haven't stacked for a single germinate. I've also been hit by every single one. Here we go. We're gonna dampen. Why do we never lust though? That is a very weird. Should we be on the ad here? Thinking. Oh, rip. I saw that writing on the wall. I don't know what's going on. Did the heal go off? Okay, no, the heal did not go off. That would have been bad. Come on, last 2%. You guys got it. Just sack the tank. Come on, tank, bring it home. Got 49 stacks. 56 stacks. Oh no, the boss is getting healed. Oh yeah, this is the content you love. 76 stacks. And counting 2%. Barkbreaker almost takes his life. 2%. 1%. Come on, tank. 93 stacks. 99. Can he get there? No. Ah, he died right before 100. What are we saving lust for though? That's like a I'm gonna say let's do it this time. We're fine. You have some goofy people too. Yeah, this group is just it looks like we're all just gamers on week one. I blame it on misclick when I placed Rob wrong. Oh, hold on, I skipped a couple messages, but back on tank, move clockwise. There we go. Most of us did it right. I messed it up again. What am I doing? Woo. Oh, we have a tornado to our left. This is much more clean. Branch out, watch it. Fat Chi-Ji heals coming up. Oh, I lost the tank again. What am I doing? Why am I still here? Whew. A revival. Easy. Let's see. Let me catch back up on chat. I always move the incorrect way, but I usually just run out to ranged. It's risky to do that though, because every other one the ads stay where they spawn, so can't really boop them back in like I tried. Which I think is what you were saying. You tried to Ring of Peace it and didn't work. We got a lucky reset there. I was like on the very tail end of my Jade Fire line. Let's go.
What are these birds doing here?
Can you remove those stacks by standing in the green area? Yeah, that's what I was saying the first pool. I was like, yep, I'm on a ticking clock, so I just totally just didn't stand in the green. It was just the sloppiest pool it could have been. Oh, the tank one. Yeah, the tank needs to dispel the stacks, or you need to like a poison dispel for those stacks. But for there's like a bark little animation. It looks like a tree that will be on your debuff bar. That one you do have to stand in the circle to remove. Yeah, easy peasy. When I'm actually trying, it's easy boss. When I'm goofing off, missing every mechanic, it is not an easy boss.
Help us get rid of them.
Reading Twitch chat, letting people die, not doing mechanics. It's just typical. Just a typical Elven Ninja 7 stream. Let's be real. It's just how we operate. But, I think there is a lot of value. I was watching a bigger streamer the other day, and I was hanging out in their Twitch chat for about 5 minutes, and the entire 5 minutes they talked about how they like that their Twitch chat is really fast because they hate reading Twitch chat. And I was like, as a small streamer, my favorite thing is that my Twitch chat is like frequent enough to where I can have a conversation with you guys, but that it's slow enough that I can read it. Like if I couldn't read my Twitch chat, I just don't know. I don't know. So if I ever do make it like to that size or whatever, I don't know what it's gonna look like, but I might just have like slow chat on. Because my favorite part of streaming is the engagement with you guys. And I think what I was trying to get at is there is a lot of value in... okay, we took 2 smacks of that, so me and I think the rogue are going to be under a little bit more heat. I think there's a lot of value in watching a smaller streamer, because it's like, they're smaller, that means you get to engage with them more. And, yeah, I think I enjoy being this size. You know, it was me and the Evoker. Okay. We have 3 stacks. I think we stacked on each other. Okay, let's Chi-Ji and Fort Brew this one. No, it was the rogue. He had just used a defensive. Get an orb while we're in. Our haste buff has fallen. I did not need to use a defensive there. Ah, the tornado! I got booped into it. I don't stack. Oh my god, dude. The boss is in such a bad spot. Yeah, whenever the boss has a frontal, you never want to tank it like outside of the center of the room. Like that alone should be reason enough to tank it in the middle. Because like, I don't know, we're having to play on a weird spot in this fight. Got people getting hit by the tornadoes like myself though. I did too. One thing I'm wondering is, not a lot of people know this, but Expel Harm can also be boosted. I'm pretty sure it can also be boosted by Thunder Focus Tea. When have you ever purposefully boosted your Expel Harm with Thunder Focus Tea? But I want to show you guys. So we're going to Thunder Focus Tea, Expel Harm. And I don't even know what the buff looks like, but we get, maybe it's this, Chi-Cocoon? You get a small shield, like maybe it is a Chi-Cocoon that it puts on you. But you get a small shield, and you know, like the whole meta right now in Mythic Plus is like, hey, how do you survive big slams? And having like another way to put like a shield on yourself, I feel like just knowing that you can do that is actually kind of helpful. I don't know if you would ever use it in like high-end keys, but if you just need another way to survive a big slam, hey, I mean, you have a way to put a Chi-Cocoon on yourself. We could test it again here, though, but we do have an actual Chi-Cocoon from Chi-Ji. Target me. Target me, Ravager. Yes. Forget about me. That's right. Okay, let's do it again. Expel Harm. Yeah, it does put just an actual Chi-Cocoon on you. That's interesting. Very interesting. Damn, I can't believe streaming is holding you back from the big numbers. Oh boy. Imagine. Must be a Mistweaver thing because you can catch up real quick. Oh gosh, okay. Talking about on Twitch chat? Or healing. You can catch up on the healing. Yeah, it gives you an absorb. All the time after they added the shield. Yeah, I knew they had added it. I just I kind of forgot about it. I'm like, do we ever use that? Like, is that something I should be using? But I don't think so. I just thought of it the other day, and I'm like, I wonder how many people like actually kind of still know this is a thing, you know? Use it all the time in high keys. That's kind of what I was wondering, so... I mean, it makes sense. Just a free small shield to survive like a one-shot mechanic. Yeah, healing. Yeah, I guess it is easier when I'm playing my Mistweaver to read chat, because if stuff goes wrong, I'm like peeking at the chat every 5 seconds, I can like heal up really quickly. I need to change that MooBot notification though from it's currently telling you guys to check out the All Healers 3K series, but I need to make it say like something about the guides, because that, I think that is more pertinent right now. Ah. Alright, guys. Veximus time. Man, my UI on retail looks like that looks like that is a cast. Need to fix that. Alright, showtime. Hey, let's see. Kavman at play. I'm so rusty after not playing for a while. Back into WoW now. The future looks bright for the War Within. It sure does, man. Especially as a Mistweaver. But Future Within. War Within looks like it's going to be an excellent expansion. I am so excited for it. They are cooking. Devs are definitely cooking with War Within. Okay, Tank's running around collecting multiples, so we're gonna pocket him. Hey, Pedro! Hey, welcome to the Secret Infusion. I like that. I like that notification. No one's ever joined as a YouTube member while I'm streaming, so that's interesting. We are going to Tank one. Revival that. That was a little spooky. But Pedro, welcome to the channel. I appreciate the support. Who took that? I like that notification though. Welcome to the Secret Infusion. That's cool. I forgot that I had set up like little tiers with names and stuff. That was almost really bad getting booped into that. I mean, that's bad. Alright, we need to focus up. We are letting people die. I don't know if that was my fault, his death, but I'm definitely not on top of dispels and cooldowns like I should be. Ooh, we can't cast yet. Ooh. Yeah, we definitely needed to focus up. That notification was dope indeed, lol. But no worries, man. At least I could do it. Hey, yeah, I appreciate you guys. Every single one of you. That is cool. Welcome to the Secret Infusion. What other, like monk-related, like, things could I do for that? Because that, now that I've seen that, I kind of want to, like, make, like, tier names for everything. I think we can ignore these orbs for a second. Let's shield ourselves with Expel Harm. Oh, can't do that. Alright, not the cleanest Veximus pool, but not the worst I've seen. I think I missed a chat, but now that I'm looking back, I don't think so. Alright. Let's finish this one out strong. Mystic Blast. Someone else got it, but it'd be so cool. Imagine this game if you could boop enemies off the map. Like, imagine if we could just, like, Ring of Peace all of these guys off the map, and then, like, you're done with them. Imagine how different this game would be. The Ring of Peace would be a cool, like, group name. Like, if I were to say, like, imagine, you know how, like, different YouTubers have different things for their subscribers, like, different names for their subscribers? Imagine if I said, join the Ring of Peace today. That'd be pretty cool. That's probably a little lame, but that's why I've never done one of those things. Plus, I understand there are, like, channels where that makes more sense than mine, but, like, with me being just, like, trying to make guides for Mistweaver and stuff, it doesn't really make sense. Oh, that is so cool. It doesn't interrupt my thing. That would be so OP, lol. All monk groups. Yeah, oh, dude, imagine 5 monks just ring of piecing everything. Imagine just, like, gathering the whole dungeon and just booping it off the map, like, bosses included. That'd be sick. Hey, Few Socks, good evening. How are you doing? We're gonna kick that and quickly get back to the stairs. Hey, Roars BC with the is it a tier 1 sub? Thank you so much. I was seeing if it was a prime sub. I don't know why it would make a difference, but I was just trying to see. But thank you so much. Is it Roars? Roar S BC. I'm not sure, but I appreciate the support. +1 for the Ring of Peace with our resident Mistweaver monk. Just 2 things that don't really make sense, like that. They're just taglines for the channel. Hey guys, my name's Elvin7, your resident Mistweaver monk. Join the Ring of Peace now. Like, what? What does that even mean? You got it right the first time. Roars BC? Is that what I said first? I don't remember. My small brain's already at capacity. Roars BC. Regardless, welcome in. I appreciate the support. But I'm sure some of the people in chat, especially today, can attest that I don't always get people's names right the first time, but I try my best to ask as soon as you guys join chat. Okay, this might hurt. That did nothing. Oh, I want to get it right from the get-go. English is not my first language, but I always hear you say resident Mistweaver monk. Yeah, is resident something like go-to Mistweaver monk? I mean, it doesn't directly mean that, Richard. Or, I'm sorry, Richard. Sorry, y'all have the same color on my chat. It doesn't necessarily mean that. My intention for what it means, which, by the way, I'll just go ahead and say it. It doesn't make sense. I'm not gonna lie, it doesn't make sense. But my intention is it's kind of like, hey, like I'm your friendly neighborhood Mistweaver, but it's like instead of 2 words, it's like 1. Like I'm your, but kind of like your go-to Mistweaver monk. Like is kind of what it means. But resident just doesn't. It just means like in the building with you. Like kind of. I'm pretty sure that's like the actual. Right? I don't know. It doesn't mean anything, but I said it in one video and it kind of just stuck. A name like Ancient Monastery sounds kind of cool too, referring to the ancient teachings. I could say like, and if you want to learn the ancient teachings, then subscribe. Blah blah blah. Hey, when should I use Expel Harm? After you have taken damage. So like, if I had just taken this damage that the Paladin took, I would have pressed Expel Harm. But yeah, after you take damage, press Expel Harm. So I'm sure I'm about to take a big slam of damage. Then you press Expel Harm. It is just a way to top yourself up instantly. And it does a great job of doing so. So you want to press it as close to on cooldown as you can without doing like useless uses of it. So you want, if you can top yourself up once every 15 seconds, like there, I just took a big slam of damage, boom, Expel Harm. It's just a safe way to make sure you're always sitting close to 100% health. So that is their 3rd stack, so that actually will spawn. Uh-oh. Yeah, I was about to say that, so they will drop a spawn. Let's go this way. Yeah, Expel Harm is like one of our best ways to top ourselves up. Probably shouldn't have dispelled them there. Pop GG, yeah, because they did drop a puddle, but now we have a full half of the room that's safe. So yeah, we all roll this way. Go to the corner. But there I took damage, boom, Expel Harm. It's just a safe way to instantly, I should have stayed over there. So there is a delay to the drop, it looks like. I don't remember that being the case. I don't think this is his 3rd. Dude, this boss is no joke now. It used to be very easy. I'm going this way. I don't know about y'all, but I'm staying in the safe zone. Go to the corner. We need to dispel the evoker. Okay, never mind. They're chilling. So yeah, we dispelled him there. Let's see if it drops one under him. We just Jade Fire stomped. Dude, this boss is wild. I think there was a lot of unnecessary damage taken, though. We're not gonna dispel because the boss is about to die. Easy peasy. Right, makes sense in that context. Talking about the ancient monastery. I guess so. Like the teachings of the monastery. I guess that makes sense. Hey, a ring! A crit mastery ring. We'll equip that right away. What do we replace with it though? Probably our crafted. Yeah. There we go. Nice little item level upgrade. All right. Moving on. What else we got? Our IO already had 1,000. Not bad. We got another Ruby life pools. Oh, that's tragic. Let's see if we can join one of these that we haven't done yet. Now, Theris or Halls? Let's do Halls. Tyrannical Halls sounds fun. Thanks, dude. I am new to Mistweaver Monk, and your videos have helped me a lot. Hey, that's awesome. I actually have an updated Mistweaver 1-minute guide that I'm making because I had one from November that still people are still watching, but I want to update it with some new talents and stuff, and make that. So that will be coming out soon. Let's see, Gfaso? I'm not sure how to say that, but yeah, there definitely is about to be a big like influx of content for Mistweaver from me. So if you're looking for some like fresh, updated tips and stuff, those will be coming. So that's what I'm going to be working on. This whole month is going to be dedicated to just like, hey, here's how you do this kind of thing. But I do have those resources kind of scattered throughout my channel, but I'm going to kind of consolidate and make it into just a couple videos. But I'm glad you gave Mistweaver a shot, and I'm glad you found my videos and that they're helping you. But yeah, Mistweaver it has a lot of buttons. It really does, but yeah, if there's ever one that's giving you confusion, if you're ever like, I don't really know the optimal use for this, or like when I would ever press it, just, yeah, feel free to ask just like you did with Expel Harm, and I'd be more than happy to help you out. Rush said, how's Mythic Plus Adventures going? So far, so good. We've only not timed one key, and it was because I think the tank didn't really know what was killing him on a boss. But so far, so good. I mean, just done some easy stuff. Our item level is like slowly creeping up. It's not like too good really yet, but it's been good. We're having fun. And we're entering in halls of infusion, which is no joke. Halls, where you at? There you are. Nice. I'll be waiting for those videos. And yeah, if you're in my Discord, GFOSO, I always post. I don't always do it, but every now and then, most of the time, whenever I post a video, I'll post it in my Discord, say like, hey, this video is live, here's what it's about, like a quick little summary, like a 1-sentence summary. So if you want to make sure and catch them when they go live, either make sure you're subscribed on YouTube and do the whole bell notification thing. I don't know how that works, but also join up the Discord and you'll see when they go live. Are there differences in the dungeons in comparison to Season 1 and 2? When the Dragonflight dungeons were in the pool? Yes. There are some major changes in some of the dungeons. The two notable ones are Algathar Academy's final boss, how its debuff works, and just how the whole fight works in general. It's way more difficult. Oh, I'm sorry, Default. So the Discord link does not work on YouTube for some reason. Let me get it for you, though. Let me just copy a link for you. There you go. I'll manually do a command. Imagine if that's how Twitch commands worked. You just typed like exclamation point like video, and then like the streamer just had to go in and like manually type it. It's actually kind of funny. But yeah, there are some major changes. This dungeon, I don't think there are too many changes. I don't know, actually, maybe. But yeah, the last boss of Algathar Academy saw some updates, like a rework, basically. And the other big one is Neltharis. The chains in Neltharis work very differently. Because it used to be like multiple people could grab the chain and just run it through, and it would do a lot of damage and stun for a long time. Now it stuns for, I think, like 5 seconds and gives you a 5 seconds of damage amplification. It no longer does actual damage, it just amps up your damage. So you have to be a lot more careful. We're actually going to pop a Howling Rune on this fight, or on this dungeon.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Yeah, there are some major differences. But this dungeon is my most recent guide video that I made. It's if Ruby life pools didn't exist, same with, there are just a lot of hard dungeons this season. Ooh, someone just got splatted. But this is definitely like gonna be one of the harder ones to heal if you don't know what's going on. This dungeon is very difficult. These containment beam channels do a lot of damage on fortified weaks. And you really can just lose people if you are not channeling like a soothing mist into them, or actively healing them, or ready for it. But also the bosses in this dungeon are no joke, like ruthless. So yeah, if you haven't seen my guide, I posted it yesterday morning, maybe the day before. And I go through every single mechanic from like a healer's point of view. I do kind of give like a general description of each mechanic in those guides. If you haven't seen one yet, but I do talk about how to heal each boss, when to pop cooldowns, what you're going to be looking out for on each pool kind of thing. Just how to approach a dungeon as a healer. So if you just want to brush up on these new dungeons, definitely check out that series. I need to make it post in chat, but this one is definitely brutal. They're really helpful. I hope they are. I really am putting in a lot of time and effort into making them like have all the information you'll need, regardless of how much you played season 1 or season 2. So I'm glad to hear that you're finding them helpful. They're really like my passion project recently. So, and I've enjoyed making them. They take a long time to make, but it's one of those things that I feel so like happy with how they're coming out, like in the end, like the final product. And we are just blasting through this dungeon. I don't see the tank. Oh, he's right there. We don't want to stand on the tank. These containment beams are not that big of an issue right now, but I have a feeling that if this were a fort key, these would be absolutely brutal. Definitely not standing on the tank. Sorry, this pool has a lot of damage in it, so I'm trying to focus up, make sure no one's dying. Thanks for the info. We'll be tanking tomorrow. Ooh, best of luck to you, Fusocks. This boss, I want to say it did experience some changes. I don't know if it was like a spell queue thing or what they changed really. They might have made the puddles smaller or something, but this boss does feel a little bit, honestly, a little bit easier, but as the fight goes on, it does get harder. But that is its mechanic, is the longer you let it sit in the longer you let it sit in its intermission, the more damage that intermission does. He TP'd back straight into a swirly. That was really bad on his part, if I'm being honest. I'll have to dispel that. Nope, it fell off. Ooh, the healing is tight, guys, but we're making it. I keep running them to opposite sides. We have a lot of stuff here. We're gonna Shayloons it though. Because Revival does have some use as a master spell, even in the intermission. Because these little enemies do put debuffs on their cast. Whenever their cast goes off, you see there I have 2 stacks. It does like a little small smack of damage, but it does a debuff as well. So it's nice to keep people nice and cleansed. Oop toward the middle. We're gonna Revival there because this guy had 3 stacks. Our Dispel was down. We need to sip up before the Static Surge starts, but I do want to stack up my Tiger Palms. We're gonna Essence Font. I know it sucks, but just to have Ancient Teachings for this. Yeah. Ideally I had Phaline there, but my J-Fire Stomp was down for a few more seconds. Dang, it is just picking this Druid all the time. We have Shayloons. And rip it. Easy enough. Oh. Making sure they're out. You don't have to dispel it, but it does make it easier. Why were those so big? I don't know that. I don't know why. Okay, I can't reach the Warlock. That's my bad. That was my bad. Almost got clapped by the frontal. I'm just sticking boss. That's what I'm saying. Like the debuffs, I feel like behave a little differently this season than they used to. All right, let's sip up. Let's go and eat like a little bit of food, just like a couple ticks of it. Now we can sip up. Yeah, this hallway is very dangerous if you let any of these casts go off. But also, if you're not on top of these frogs, like you see there, I'm getting fixated, the druid's getting fixated. We're doing a bad job because we're kiting them when ideally you want to group them with everything and stun them. That's like the easiest way to deal with them so they die faster. But it's okay. It's the job got done. I'm gonna rip a Shayloons. We can arrange those dazzles on the stairs. Just get everything grouped up. Okay, I am being focused. We're gonna stun. We're gonna watch our health. Yeah, see, we're getting focused by 2 of them. That's why I'm gaining 2 stacks at a time. It looks like they died. Or I was paying attention to how much damage I was taking though, because if it would have gotten a little bit more threatening, I definitely would have popped the defensive there. This guy's at 5 stacks though. Wild. They'll fall off eventually. Ooh, spicy pool. I thought we were pulling into the mini bosses here. That would have been fun. We are, okay. I thought we were gonna, if we did it, I thought we were at least gonna wait for cast to go off. I'm gonna focus Amy. She has the casts that are kickable, but the problem is if everyone focuses her, then she dies a lot slower than the other person. So if you're trying to time a high key, it's kind of ideal to put damage into Kairaz or Cyraz, just for that fact that she tends to die a lot slower than Amy. But Cauterize is worth kicking. Whee! See, like, even now, I feel like everyone's putting all their damage into Kairaz. It's okay, we have the execute buttons. Alright, it's showtime. From this boss through the next boss, this dungeon's very hard. LB, you ever need an AUG for keys, let me know. HPB, or HBP, you're always welcome. You're always welcome. Just you hit me up next time you see me pushing keys. Ask if you can join. It's almost always yes, unless I'm doing a pug challenge like I was last season. The answer will be yes. I love playing with you guys, and I love being augmented. Let's rip Dispel on cooldown here, cause Swoglets are no joke. We see the Druid popped a defensive there, which is pretty nice. It means that I don't really have to spot heal him as much. Maintenance healing will top him up. On a higher key, how I played that would have been really bad. And that, I definitely should have revivaled one tick sooner. People. Put them in the middle. Go in timeout. And we have one person just running in a circle. Okay, we're gonna pop Chi-Ji here. Whoa. Kiting this one that's on us. I feel like a lot of people just don't know what to do versus those guys, and it really does make this boss harder. During belly slam, we can drink up a bit. Ideally, I finish this boss with both that's awkward. With both Chi-Ji and Revival ready. Or at least one of them, and Revival on like a low cooldown. People, run him to the boss, please. Come on, let my efforts work. They all got eaten. We did it. Okay, that was pretty cool. The boss is hangry though, so. Okay, so these guys will cause you a lot of problems, so. If you haven't watched my video, I do talk about these proto-dragons and this next boss pretty extensively in it because of this mechanic right here. But if you know how to cheese it, which I do talk about how to cheese it, it's very cheesable. You can definitely lighten the load a lot. I just walked right through the breath. Uh-oh. No! Nice. We executed him before he got that last cast off. Is that on? We don't have revival yet, but maybe we save it. We definitely tackled that mechanic in hard mode. We just let it tick all of its ticks into everyone. These ice shards can really add up on the tank. Okay. We're not going to revival here because revival's a 3-minute cooldown. And if we revival here, then we will not have it up for the boss, basically. But if we instead choose to use our Chi-Ji, which we're going to, it will be up for the boss. And that is one thing that I learned in Season 1 that made this next boss a lot more manageable. It's just prepping your cooldowns to pool before. So I think I would always revival this third dragon, like early on in the season, and it just like, it made it my life harder for the boss. You basically just, you don't have revival at the whole pool. Shaylin's this one. We also have a paladin who I think is yeah, we're gonna get a little bit more mana just to be safe. Can never be too safe on this boss.
We'll build a new world, free from their corruption.
I hate having to pop Chi-Ji this early, but man, people are getting clapped at the start. We're standing here to bait the frost cyclones. Yeah, okay, the hunter had a good bait. Yeah, the reason why we want to choose this one is because it's a little safer from the other thing. The exploding one. So what I did there is I life cocooned one person, the tank, because they were low. I popped the defensive on myself. So now spot healing into one person gets like insane value. It's basically like using your spot healing in place of an AoE healing cooldown. It just delayed the time for my... I saw my Chi-Ji was coming off cooldown in a few seconds. So it delayed that to where now our Chi-Ji just was up in time. Ooh, our tank is not very safe. We're going to have to fire a Shaylin's there. While we move out, we're just planning everything ahead. We're just always thinking, what can we do at every given moment to maximize our healing? We have revival here. We're gonna revival now that the dot's there. Clean! Alright, we're gonna eat up before we enter the gauntlet. You pug or have a team? I always pug. Ideally, I think this season I'm gonna have to get a team if I could. But I always pug. So these are always... Anyone in any of my groups is always a pug. Unless they're one of you guys. Unless they're a viewer. Isn't Chi-Ji on cooldown? Yeah, but... I was trying to delay the time between needing to use a cooldown for when Chi-Ji was off cooldown, if that makes sense. Here, we're going to Chi-Ji. We're going to Tiger's Lust one person, Dispel another. We actually just need to be healing. Whoa. Oh, I popped the defensive there, or I pressed my defensive button. It wasn't even off cooldown because I thought I was getting booped into that. That would have been really bad. Let's touch of death that. I don't want to deal with another deep chill. A lot of cast. That was a horrible boop. But I guess it actually wasn't that bad. I'd rather boop than have cast go off. Okay, we're gonna keep an enveloping mist on the tank here. We have Saria coming up. We have Chi-Chi coming off cooldown. Inundate. It hurts. It's not that bad. We can maintenance heal until this next one. We're gonna Shayloons it. We're gonna time our Shayloons to go off right as that damage hits everyone, which we did it a little bit early. That's okay. Roll Chi-Chi through this. Hopefully we don't get pushed out by Flash Flood, which we do. We can spinning crane kick and barely dip our toes into range. Let's apply these renewing mists. Let's top everyone up. Now we can Shayloons and we're chilling. Is there a possibility that we 3-chest this? Maybe. Alright, we're rolling. We're effectively full mana. We're fine. We kind of want to spread out. We can just rip a small Shayloons for that one. Definitely gonna dodge over here where it's clean. We're definitely going to get clapped by the boss if we don't play safe. Ooh, I don't know why my brain just thought I'm about to die. But y'all probably saw panic on my face for like no reason. You hate to see that. Uh-oh, team. Team, be careful. Oh. Oh, oh. Oh, I had that person parried and someone broke their CC. That's tragic. No, we definitely would just wipe here. Yeah. Oh, the tank is... Yeah, we definitely wipe here. The tank B-res someone I couldn't life cocoon him in time. Cast me. That was just tragic. What happened to the tank? Did he battle res? He must have taken a soul stone. Alright, we're chilling. Dude, the spawn room is ridiculous. Yeah, Pug also a lot, but I wish I had a team. As it gets so much easier. Yeah, I mean, it really does. I definitely wish I had a team as well. No, we're not herbalism. It definitely makes it a lot easier to coordinate like AoE stops, kicks. When you're in a group, you can kind of guarantee that people know the mechanic, you know, because you can always just tell them what's about to happen if they don't know a fight. Whereas in Pugs, it's not a guarantee if the group knows a mechanic or not, you know. Alright, take 2, Primal Tsunami. We had at least one person get clapped by tsunamis. And then Inundate Cast kind of just nuked everyone. I'm not going to do what I did last pool where I parried one, because usually you can like para one and just leave it. Like just ignore it. But that way it's not infusing into the boss, empowering the boss, but also not Inundate Casting, which nukes the group. But it looks like my group didn't get that. Exactly. It does. It absolutely makes tanking a lot easier. It makes it a lot easier on your tank, I should say. Don't need to commit a cooldown here. The druid was closest to the boss, which is why he got chosen for the tank mechanic. You hate to see that when he took the B-res right before the big smack of damage. That is miserable. It's falling apart. We had 15 minutes to do this fight too. Like this group's been going really well. But like the previous boss, I can just like, you know, heal the mechanics basically. But this boss, I mean, I can't really just heal everyone if they don't know the mechanics. That is a worry in this dungeon. Go, 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 beat it. Nice. Alright, so they are trapping that one. They missed the trap. Maybe I could boop it? He missed the trap. That's hilarious. Yeah, this is what you do. Just if you like if he would have trapped that one and then I parried another one, they're not casting Infuse, but they're also not like actively casting Inundate. So that's just a really good way. We can pair kick that one. That was out of range. I have Ring of Peace, so we're chilling. Alright, let's make sure people are topped up, get some renewing mist coverage. Yeah, make sure we are not playing in melee range of the boss. We're going to Chi-Ji this before the hit, so the Chi Cocoon helps out. Dodge immediately. That is on the tank. Very nice. Ooh, you turned to me for a second. I'm playing kind of close to the tank so I can always know that I'm further out than the tank. Time Shayloons to hit right as... Ooh, he was... The hunter was out of range of me, so I do need to be a bit better about my spacing. I also have both of my defensives ready, which we are gonna... Ooh, we are gonna use. Oof, you hate to see it. We're also gonna... We're gonna pop both of our defensives. Maybe we can tank the boss and just spam into ourselves. I'm a tank. Someone else tank it for a second? I tanked it! Dude, I tanked like 7 whole %. Holy crap. Who needs a tank when you have a Mistweaver? Whew. That was fun. That was very fun. That mechanic is just unfair. Yeah, you always have to be the closest one to the boss if you're the tank. The moment you step out of like minimum melee range, someone else is gonna get clobbered. New season sick. Yeah, we're at season 4 gaming. We just were the healer and the tank. Yeah, but look at this dungeon. Look how much throughput is required from the healer to time a +7. That's crazy. How are key levels feeling? I mean, that 7 felt a little spicy. 7, that's at +7 at our item level, which is just like 490. The boss mechanics started to hurt a little bit. So, yeah, we definitely had to be playing well. But all in all, it feels, you know, just like any other season, just a key crunch. But dude, we just, oh man, we clutched that one up. I had to cycle my defensives. But we did get lucky with the spell queuing of how the bosses were hurting. But 8s give myth track from the vault, right? Yes. 8 plus 8 is the minimum that you need to do this week. So we need our key to be a +8 now. which ours is a +6, but I'm sure we could get into like a +8 if we tried. But it is coming the time. You guys know around this time is usually when we end the stream. And today we're ending it a little bit earlier than normal because I'm grinding out videos for you guys, and I think in the long run it'll be better. But hey, look, I am so happy that you guys showed up and hung out with me today. It was a very good stream, just all good keys all around. Broken Bones, I'm sorry you came in at the end, but yeah, 6 from the wall. 8, no, yeah. But I appreciate y'all for hanging out with me. Sorry for the shortest stream, but I hope you guys understand it's to get good content out for you guys. But hey, I appreciate each and every single one of you. I'll see you in the next stream. Everyone take care.